Hey, 7th grade. Mrs. Hollenbeck here with vocab lesson 6. It's on page 23 in your book. We will also be doing context lesson 3 to go along with it, and that'll be on page 155. I'll review some of the context techniques, discovering contextual clues, after I go through these 10 words for lesson 6. So, I'm on page 23, and the first word is atrocious. And I explained this a little bit when I talked about the analogies. Atrocious is an adjective. The OUS ending, always a dead giveaway. Okay. The noun form, you might have heard or you may know, is atrocity. Atrocity. You know, that a game might be played so poorly by your favorite pro team, you might describe it as an atrocity. It was so bad, so terrible. All right. Atrocious means just a very, very terrible, awful, cruel, and evil. Okay. That's atrocious. Some of the Old Testament, or some of the kings in the foreign countries, like in Assyria during the Old Testament times, they were atrocious. They performed atrocities on the people who they conquered. Just horrible. Okay, that's atrocious. Compassion. About the opposite of atrocious. Compassion, though, is a noun. It's one of our Christian character traits, so you should be familiar with the word compassion. That's showing love and kindness for someone, showing sympathy, showing a desire to help another person. That's showing compassion, trying to feel the pain that they feel. All right. Compassion. And Jesus, obviously, the best example of compassion ever. Okay. Composure. Composure is a noun, and it's kind of a challenging word to describe. But a person's composure refers to their whether they are calm. If they have composure, they are under control, self-controlled. All right. I did not exhibit good composure the other night, just frustrated and tired, or tonight it was frustrated, tired. I just wanted, so I was cranky. I was not showing good composure. All right. Just being calm and under control. Okay. You have a charge over your emotions. That's your composure. Okay. Deteriorate. Deteriorate is a verb. Deteriorate means to go down in quality. All right. If a person is not feeling well, sick, their work may begin to deteriorate, move to a lower standard, a lower quality. A house, if unkept or left in an unkept state, will deteriorate. All right. And you know, if anything is not taken care of, it'll deteriorate. All right. Deteriorate is a verb. So it lessens lessens in quality and just becomes less than what it was. Okay. Discern. Discern is a verb, and to discern something It means you're able to analyze something in a way that you can make a good judgment call, a wise judgment call. You can observe and pick out details that, you can work together in your mind and put 2 and 2 together and come out with 4 and say, oh, okay. If you can discern, it means you can show good judgment. You can pick out just details to help through your observation. Some people who demonstrate a good discernment, they can just observe people and based on what they observe, give really excellent advice. Okay? They are discerning individuals. They can discern, they can perceive and make wise judgments based on those perceptions. Okay? That's discern. You want to have friends who are discerning, who can discern and give you solid advice, not just what you might want to hear. Okay, the next word, insipid. Insipid is an easy word to deposit in your word bank. Insipid means flavorless. It has no flavor, no life to it. All right. I kind of feel like water is insipid, so it is to me at least. So I always have to add some lemon to it to give it a little something. But that's what insipid means: flavorless, dull. Okay. Our next word, lament. Lament can be a noun or a verb. You can't lament somebody's passing, somebody dies. You can lament their death. You can mourn for them. All right, and that would be a natural thing. Jesus did that when Lazarus, his friend, died. All right. Or you could write a song, which would be a lament, or a poem, which would be a lament. Something that expresses your sorrow. That could be a lament. Okay. In the Bible, there's a book in the Bible called Lamentations. The base form is lament. All right, so you could kind of get the tone of that book. All right, just based on its title. Our eighth word is loathe. Loathe. Loathe is a verb, and loathe means to totally despise something. You don't just sort of dislike it. You totally despise it. You loathe it. Okay? I don't know that I loathe anything. A lot of things I don't like very much, but I don't know. I can't think of something right now that I loathe because I like all types of food, so can't go there. And no, I can't think of anything that I loathe, but if it was something I loathe, I would totally despise it. I would not want to have anything to do with it. All right? Total dislike. Okay? So if I don't like something, that's here. If I loathe something, well, that's stronger. Okay? Painstaking. Painstaking is an adjective. Now, it looks like a verb, but it's a participle. A participle is a word that looks like a verb, but its true function is that of an adjective. So painstaking is an adjective. And painstaking is, we would describe something as painstaking if we had to work very carefully and meticulously at it. If we had to work really hard and it took a lot of time to put in detail and just to really do something well, we might put in painstaking effort to get something just right. Something that you can't get by with just haphazard throwing it together. Okay? You have to take real effort and meticulous effort and pay attention to detail. That would be something that's painstaking. Okay? And our last word is repress. Repress. It's a verb. Okay? If you repress something, that means you push it back down inside. You're not going to let it come out. You're going to push it back down inside. If you repress the anger you may feel in a situation, you're going to push it down and deal with it another time and another way. You might repress some memory of tragedy or something. This happens to people when they go through a tragedy. They repress it because they cannot emotionally deal with it at the time. All right? And so then they need help to bring back that memory so they can deal with it when they have the strength and the help and the resources to help them deal with it. All right? With this memory that they have repressed, pushed it down. Okay? That's what repress means. All right? Let me turn to page 155. I'm going to give a quick perusal of the article and see. I encourage you with what to look for. Okay? So, let's see. I'm seeing, looks like synonyms. A lot of synonyms here. There is a simile. There is one that they use, a simile, to give the definition for the word. They're going to tell you something is like this to show the meaning of one of the words. So watch for that, because you could bet that's going to be in the questions later. Let's see. And that's synonyms. A little bit of an example on one of them. It looks like, oh wait. There is one that is the opposite. They show you the meaning of the word by kind of demonstrating its opposite. So watch for that as well. All right, that's a contextual clue that's pretty common. All right, this is an interesting article about the novella. A novella is a thin little novel, but it has a plot line like a novel, as opposed to a short story plot line, you know, with a lot of rising action, very little falling. Okay. Anyway, the metamorphosis, pretty interesting. Bizarre. All right. Anyway, have fun reading that, and that's the 6th lesson, and I think we're good. Be sure and come with questions. All right. Be happy to help you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.